Good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible. So, thank you all for joining us this evening. I'm glad and excited to see you all here. And despite the weather issues. Now, my name is Sombir, and I'm part of the business development team of AWS. I'm the territory manager of AWS in NCR, where I work with SMBs across industries in the region. So be it financial services, manufacturing, media and entertainment. And my job is to help businesses adopt cloud and digital technologies, modernize their applications, and help businesses optimize their overall technology costs. And it is my absolute privilege and honor to be a speaker at this event and host you all. Now, I've been with the organization for a little over 5 years now and had the privilege to notice the transformation of SMEs across the country. I've had the privilege and had front row seats when it comes to technology adoption by SMEs. So over the next 10 to 15 minutes, I would want to share some of the observations that I've had during this period. We'll start with an overview of the SMB landscape of the country, the contribution of the sector towards India's economy. We'll also talk about the importance of technology and importance of cloud and digital technologies to the success and growth of SMBs in the country. And finally, I'll give you an overview of AWS, how we have been supporting the ecosystem, the SME ecosystem in the country, and how we have committed ourselves to digitize millions of SMBs at scale within the country by 2025. So to begin with, let me just give you a view of the SME ecosystem of the country. India today probably is one of the biggest, the largest SME ecosystem in the world. As per the ROC data, we have 75 million registered SMEs across the country. And this number has been growing at a staggering pace of 17% year on year. And the contribution of the SME sectors towards the growth of our country has been nothing short of monumental. So if you look at the share of the SME sector to India's economy, today India is the fifth largest economy in the world with a cumulative GDP of roughly $3.7 trillion. About 37% of that comes from the SME sector. As of last fiscal, if you look at our overall exports, India touched roughly $760 billion of export, out of which 48% came from the SME sector. And if you talk about employment, the SME sector employs roughly 130 million Indians, which is approximately 41% of the trained workforce of the country. Now, so if you look at it, SMEs truly form the backbone of our economy. And as they grow and expand into newer markets, bring in new product lines, they are truly contributing to our vision of building an Atmanirbhar Bharat. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all the SMBs out here for their contribution towards the growth of our economy. You have not just helped India sustain, but propelled the country forward and build the brand across the world. Now, however, the growth that we have seen hasn't come easily. There has been constant reinvention of business models. SMEs had to reinnovate every now and then. In fact, when we started, only a few years down the line, while we were in an era of massive digitization, the internet penetration across the world was significant. But still, with the advent of COVID, we saw that overnight the businesses across the world faced uncertainty, business models had to change, and there are tons of changes that happened across the world. One of the biggest learnings that we saw over these last 4 years has been that to make sure that as a business to be relevant to your customers, to your partners, you need to constantly re-innovate yourself. And that's where technology comes into play. Uh, SMEs have to lead with technology as at the forefront, use that as the differentiator for their businesses. Now, while we all understand that technology is at the forefront of driving the digital transformation of SMBs, and it is imperative that SMBs need to adopt technology, but uh, we need to step back and look at how you should approach this change. Fundamentally, there has to be a change in our conventional thinking of technology adoption, starting with the change that is required at the leadership level. It is imperative that your leadership is fully committed towards the goal of going digital. They need to ensure that the entire organization is aligned with that vision. Your leadership needs to set clear expectations across your teams to ensure that they all work together to drive the digital transformation of the organization. In fact, when we look at some of the success stories, some of the SMBs which have successfully digitized themselves, we see a common thread where there has been a relentless focus on digitization. There has been a top-down focus on driving digitization through the organization. And finally, when it comes to digitization, it is imperative that you look at technology and constantly experiment with your business processes to ensure that if there's a business process or a service that is not working, you can move away quickly from that to a new service or a product. Now, I would argue that today probably every business has become a digital business. Gone are the days when we saw that there was a clear demarcation between the lines of business and IT. Over years, with the change in the consumer pattern, I'm sure you all would have also noticed this, users are consuming services and products more digitally, and businesses have to align their technology strategy to make sure that they service their customers. And then slowly and steadily, we are seeing that the boundaries between IT and businesses are blurring. No longer, IT is no longer a cost center anymore. It has become an enabler for business growth. It is helping businesses to expand into new markets. And one of the important trends that we have been noticing over the years, that now IT has also made room into boardrooms and helping build digital enterprises of tomorrow. Now, while we were seeing these trends, and there are clear results that a lot of these businesses have achieved by adopting technology. This is a snippet of a study done by IDC, where they looked at the SMB maturity of roughly 1,400 SMBs across ASEAN in 14 different markets. And what they noticed was businesses which were intentional about adopting technology and building a clear differentiation of their products and services using technology were able to grow their top line by 3.8x as compared to their competition. Not just that, the adoption of technology helped these businesses to grow the employee engagement, which again has been a crucial element for success of any organization. And finally, in terms of operational efficiencies, while your top lines are growing, you also have to make sure that you're growing efficiently, and using technology, it becomes a lot more easier. Now, before we start talking about the advantages of moving to cloud, I'm sure you all would have heard different definitions about what is cloud and how is one cloud different from others. So just to give you a brief and quick introduction, the way we perceive cloud is on-demand delivery of IT services and solutions over the internet. The key being on-demand delivery, wherein you don't have to wait for provisioning infrastructure. It is available to you at a click of a button. And some of the advantages which our customers drive through adopting cloud starts with the agility that they realize in their business. Teams can experiment quickly and often to figure out what is it that works for their business. They are no longer limited to the long deployment cycles of infrastructure. Second, around cost savings. With the on-demand delivery of infrastructure on public cloud, you pay only for what you use, and you can truly align your technology spends to your business growth. Elasticity. With elasticity, the capability that public clouds provides you, you can easily scale up your infrastructure as and when your business requirements varies. And finally, the ability to innovate faster. You are not limited to building technology solutions in-house. You don't have to worry about deploying a data lake or an AI/ML service to grow or innovate your business. All these functionalities are available to you at a click of a button. And finally, the ability which cloud provides you to expand your business. The infrastructure that AWS provides you, using that and using our global footprint, you can expand across markets within a matter of seconds. You're no longer limited by the availability of your infrastructure in a particular region. Now, let me just give you a quick glimpse of about AWS, how our journey has been over the years. Now, after a decade of running one of the biggest web applications from the e-commerce world, Amazon.com realized that they have built this core competency of running complex infrastructure, IT infrastructure at scale. And back in 2006, we decided to embark on a journey where we brought out that infrastructure and made it available to our customers, to developers and businesses, so that they can also leverage the battle-tested platform which we had built over the years to drive innovation in their businesses. And over the last 17 years, AWS has grown by leaps and bounds. If you look at the growth of our infrastructure across the globe, today we are present across 99 availability zones and 31 regions across the world. When it comes to our security and compliance certifications, today the platform adheres to more than 300 plus security and compliance certifications, which virtually helps you to address any of your compliance requirements, and thus thereby offloading the compliance overhead and freeing you up to innovate and build your businesses. There are 200 plus fully featured services that are available on the platform, and we constantly add new features and services year on year. If you look at the service mix, we have services starting from the most basic compute, storage, networking, databases, to advanced AI/ML, robotics, analytics, IoT, and AR/VR solutions. And then if you look closely, you would notice that it's not that we have the widest service selection, but also if you dive deep and look at our feature set, you would realize that the services that we have, it has the most matured feature set and in-depth feature set as compared to the competition. Now, in terms of growth, just wanted to share some numbers. As of last year, AWS has been a 74 billion run rate business. We have more than 1 million plus active customers, 100,000 partners across the world, and 4,500 technology companies who are working with us to offer their solutions. Now, Our leadership in the market has been clearly identified by analyst firms also. It gives me an immense pleasure to inform you all that for the 12th consecutive year, Gartner has realized our leadership in this space and identified us as the leader in the cloud and infrastructure sector. Uh, and then late last year, we launched our 30th AWS region, which was the second AWS region in the country after Mumbai. So our Hyderabad region went live back in 2022. And with this, we have shown our commitment to the growth of the country and the investments that we are making here. With the launch of this region, we are hoping that there will be 48,000 incremental jobs that will be generated in the economy. Our focus has been not just bringing in solutions for the customers, but also we are deeply invested in upskilling and developing the cloud skill set within the country. Since 2017, we have trained more than 3 million users in the country on cloud skill set. Now, we want to talk to you about, we were growing at a massive scale year on year. And when we talk to our customers, there are 4 key themes that we have seen, 4 key parameters because of which customers have chosen to use AWS as their preferred cloud partner, starting with cost. When it comes to cost, the different pricing models that we have, starting with the on-demand model where you only pay for what you use, and then following up with multiple compute options wherein you can run your workload on a processor family which will help you to reduce your overall cost of compute. This followed by our discounting programs, savings plan and enterprise discounting programs would help you to reduce your overall TCO. So you can run your steady state workloads with a commercial construct which gives you up to 60% discounts, and your intermittent workloads on demand on the most effective solution. Next is around availability. And then the secret sauce behind our availability is the distributed architecture that we have built across the globe. If you look at our infrastructure, our entire infrastructure is physically isolated. So if you talk about region, these are physical locations across the globe. All 31 of them are, while they are interconnected, but there are enough guardrails in place so that a failure in one will not transmit to any other region. And within these regions, there are 3 or more availability zones. These are again physical locations where we host our infrastructure. All of these are interconnected, but have enough guardrails again in place to ensure that any single cell failure does not transmit to the rest of the infrastructure. And precisely that's why if you look at AWS, we have had 7 times lesser downtime hours as compared to the nearest hyperscaler, our closest competition. In fact, it gives me immense pleasure and something that I usually boast about. We have been present in Mumbai since 2016, and since then AWS has never had a single downtime hour in India. Second is around scalability. So the massive infrastructure that we have built, if you truly want to look at the scale of this infrastructure, it is almost about the compute capacity of a Fortune 500 that we have been adding year on year, every day, year on year. So this translates to availability of services on demand at any point. You can, not just that, with this, you can deploy your applications as and when required. It gives you the flexibility to automate your workload, and you can be rest assured that there will be enough and more compute capacity available for your workloads when you need them. And finally, around security. Our core infrastructure has been built to adhere to the security requirements of militaries and global banks. We adopt a shared, when it comes to security, we'll look at a shared responsibility model wherein the security of the cloud is managed by AWS right from the physical infrastructure over to the physical hardware. And the security of in the cloud is managed by our customers. So, and we help you design secure applications by providing access to fine-grained access controls, encryption tools, and so on and so forth. How can you get started with us? Our teams are spread across the country, so no matter where you are, feel free to reach out. There are multiple channels through which you can reach us. Just drop us a note on our website, or there are a few partners available here. You can talk to them, and our teams will get in touch with you, talk to you about your use case, help you design solutions, and help you with executing a POC on cloud without any cost, so that you get an understanding of what your application behavior would look like when it moves to cloud and what your expected costs will be. And finally, I understand that despite all this, you will have some apprehensions because this is a big change. And keeping that in mind, we brought in our biggest and boldest investment to the country, AWS Lift, through which SMBs can unleash the power of AWS without any physical, without any commercial commitments. You can start off with as low as $1 on AWS, and as you scale, we help you to optimize your cost, and you can unlock up to $83,000 of credits over time as you scale on us. So here's a QR code. You can scan it, get an understanding of the terms and conditions, and start off your journey with us. Now, I'd like to invite, we can talk about the advantages of AWS, how we are different, and what we have been doing with other customers. But we thought it'll be much better if we bring in some of our customers who have been through this journey with us and talk about their stories, the innovation that they have seen in their business, the way they have changed their business over time. And so I would like to invite Mr. Sandeep Chhetri, CEO of Infocom Network. Sandeep has been an industry veteran for over a decade and has transformed his business time and again. And he has been engaged with the SME ecosystem of the country very closely and has been supporting the digitization of SMEs across the country. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand together for Mr. Chhetri.
Thank you, Sombi. Am I audible? Yes. Such insightful data, how cloud is helping SMBs. So before I start, I just wanted to know from the audience, how many of you are already in cloud? If you can raise your hand. Okay, good. And how many of you think that cloud can help you grow your business? Please raise your hand. Okay, still 30%. So I think this session, maybe end of the session, you will all will agree that, of course, cloud will help you. Not only, Sombi spoke about agility, cost saving, so on and so forth, but it will also help you to grow your business. Okay, that's what I will be talking about. How innovation can accelerate your business using cloud. Okay. So my name is Sandeep Chhetri. I'm responsible for growth of business, basically at TradeIndia.com. And I'll talk a little bit of Trade India as well, how we as a Trade India is helping SMBs to grow the business. But I really liked this, SME on cloud. I just wanted to articulate here. If you see, SME on cloud, Breeze is AWS, and SME future. If you just articulate it this way, this SME future is there when you be on cloud, And who will help you to be there is AWS. It's a very, I mean, I was just thinking, you know, little bit there that if you agree to this, then I think, you know, it will help you to grow your business, yeah? So of course, lot of data points from where I've already said, but just to give an idea that 60% of the corporate data is stored in cloud. Cloud is growing year in year. But is cloud helping SMBs? Okay, and how innovations can help? That's what I will talk about in my session. So a little bit about TradeIndia. TradeIndia.com is a B2B marketplace. We are one of the oldest marketplace. It's been almost 30 years. Again, a poll. How many people know about TradeIndia? Please raise your hand. Okay, good. I think everybody in this hall will know about TradeIndia now. So what we do is, we help connect buyers and sellers. And it's been almost 30 years we are in this business. And as Sombi shared, in India there are almost 75 million SMBs. And out of the 75 million SMBs, only 37% are digitally connected. Only 37%, okay? Now out of the 75 million SMBs, as we speak, 10 million SMBs have already registered with TradeIndia.com, and they are using TradeIndia's services to grow their business. And what we do is, it's a discovery platform. You can come to our platform. You can register on the platform. You can search manufacturers, exporters, suppliers, traders on the platform and connect with them. We have almost 2.8 million sellers who have posted almost 1 crore products across 90,000 categories. That's the kind of data we handle. And this cannot be possible if we are not in cloud, okay? Maybe I'll elaborate more. But as we speak, we get around 70 million monthly impressions on the platform, 12 million monthly page views, 6.5 million monthly unique visitors, 6 million active users, and 120 million yearly inquiries, which is like in every 1 second, we get 4 requirements on the platform. It's massive. And that is where the cloud computing and lot of innovations which has come in help us to process such data in a very, very fast way, okay? Why these data points are very, very important is just because the kind of traffic which is coming on the platform should be able to handle that. And for that, you need a very, very good cloud services to be there. And on a platform, more than, the visitors are coming from almost 1,200 plus cities, 480 languages. We were surprised to see the data. When we saw the data, we found that 480 languages globally they're converting our website and they're trying to consume content. They're trying to connect with the manufacturers and suppliers, and they want to see the content in their language, okay? And third, most important aspect was when we, pre-pandemic and post-pandemic, I'd like to say that data also, pre-pandemic, SMBs were using more desktop and all, and our traffic was coming 40% only from mobile. But after pandemic, it was nearly 70%. So what this shows that even the user behavior of the SMBs are changing now. They are consuming content on mobile. That's one. That means your buyers are there on mobile today. Second, they've started adopting internet and technology. So now first line of business now has become online. Agar aap online present nahi ho, if you are not there online, then you are losing business or you are giving your business to your competition, okay? And how we use this data, I'll speak more about it, but other than that, globally, our website is being visited from almost 180 countries, and majorly these are the countries, US, UK, where export and import is happening a lot. 20% of our traffic comes from these countries, okay? But why these data are critical? This is where cloud and analytics comes in place, okay? The cloud, हम लोग सोचते हैं, when people think about cloud, we think about storage, we think about data, and we think about cost optimization. Then agility, productivity, हम तो यही सोचते हैं कि cloud का मतलब यही है. Anybody can define anything else? कोई कुछ सोच सकता है cloud का अलग क्या कर सकते हैं? Anybody? हाँ? Peace of mind, yes. Anybody else? Serverless computing, great. I'll show you my pain area, okay? We are a data, it's an elephant of data. It's a huge elephant, okay? 10 million data, 10 million user behavior data. And we used to have our own data center. Hardware crash हुआ, engineers सारे भाग रहे हैं data center पे maintain करने के लिए. It's like that. Site is down for so many hours. Ease, which you said, right? No pain. Cloud पे है. We are in the same infrastructure where Amazon is there. इससे ज़्यादा तो क्या चाहिए proof of concept? नहीं चाहिए ना? I think Jeff जो उनका founder है, वो भी उसी infrastructure में data देख रहा है जिस infrastructure में हम देख रहे होंगे. Nothing is required. सोचना ही नहीं है. Okay? So we did lot of innovations, and we have started these innovations using Amazon Cloud, okay? First, we thought that what is that we need to look at? We're looking at the data points which I shared with you. Linguistic था, language में 48 languages में 480 languages में data देख रहे हैं. So these 3 V's are very, very critical, and this is the future of digital. Voice, vernacular, and video. Okay? And first we started with vernacular. What we did was we used Amazon technology to convert all our website in Hindi. Why Hindi? Because of the 400, out of this 480 languages we saw traffic coming from, first, after English, the second was Hindi. And you will see some amazing results also. Within 3 months, after converting our website in Hindi, we got 9.75 million impressions. Isn't it huge? Opportunity. So clouds give you that strength and go to market faster, jo Sombi was saying. And can you tell me how much time it would have taken to convert our website in Hindi? Any guesses? How much time? To convert tradingindia.com, which has got 10 million users, maybe lakhs, millions of pages, how much time it would have taken? Huh? Real time? Okay. I'll show you. 30 lakh pages, 1 day. 30 lakh pages, 1 day, see the power. And we are there we are online, and as we say, business mein kya chahiye? Fast chahiye na? Everything has to be faster, and we got this 9.7 million and 3 lakh unique users using Hindi language pages to consume the content plus send inquiries. This was an additional business we started getting from these users. Isn't it powerful? How is it possible? That is where you have to think about cloud. Cloud is not about storage, it's about using additional services, those API-based services. API pull kiya, convert kiya, done, you are live. Within a day, you are live with all your pages. Second is, voice search. What we did is we did a pilot with all the SMBs. We created a WhatsApp group, and where we said we brought in all the buyer and seller at one place, created a lot of different groups as per the categories, and we thought that what is the kind of communication they are using in order to interact with each other. And we were surprised to see the most used communication was voice. They were just recording the voice and replying there. okay? That is where we thought that why not use voice search, and because 70% of the traffic is coming from mobile, can we implement this on our website? And again, the same great results which we saw. 45,000 users using voice search. And we saw a pattern there, a different pattern there. Typically, when we search, we just write product name, right? Brass handicraft. But when it was voice, they were more personalized search query they were using. For example, they were saying that brass handicraft, Muradabad ka seller chahiye. See, the more personalized. But how this was helping us, It was helping us to give personalized recommendation. Second, it was helping us to connect relevant buyer and seller, and the conversion was happening faster. So this is how you should adopt, when you adopt technologies, think about it, use the data points, and how it will convert this into business is what you should look at, okay? And this had worked, and we were seeing a lot of conversions and buyer-seller interaction happening, and also the maturity increased between the buyer and seller, okay? Third innovation which we did is video catalogs, okay, video websites. This is again coming from the customer side of it. Today, when we interact with a buyer and seller, what they do is we typically send a website name, that please go through our website, please go through this brochure, please go through, your social media handles, so on and so forth. And there was a peculiar challenge we saw. I'll just share you this case study also, that there was a manufacturer in Ahmedabad, and his market was typically South India, okay? And whenever the people from South India used to call him, they used to say, okay, give me your company information in our Tamil language or Malayalam language, so on and so forth. And he was not able to do that, and he used to find somebody to write it and share with them, okay? So we came with a concept called video website or video catalog, where the whole website is converted into 140 languages. And it's just a click of a button. You click it, and the whole website will convert. Plus, there is a voice AI agent who will speak in that language. And explain all the services, all the product, their USP, all in voice. And now, what happened? The day we, executed this, we are seeing a lot of customers, more than 10,000 customers using our video, we call it linguistic video, which they are using it, and they're sharing this either through mails or through, WhatsApp, so on and so forth, and the conversion, again, the cycle of conversion has improved. So it doesn't have to go through, if it was 20 days, now it's only 1 day. Okay. Finally, cloud telephony. So this is where in our platform, we have given an option called click to call, okay? So what is click to call is, like, there are around 7 lakh virtual numbers where you just click and, the buyer and seller gets interacted, okay? This is a very simple feature, very, very simple feature. But what we build is beyond this. So what we did, we pulled all the data, what the buyer-seller interaction which is happening, we pushed that through our AI model. All AI, then these AI models are all cloud, okay? This is there in cloud. No, we have nothing in-house. It's all in cloud. You push this data of the recording of that, convert that voice to text, and with voice to text, we created a model, algorithm where we added some keywords. So for example, price bata do, what is the code, in those keywords. And we filter the data that which are the requirements which got converted and which are the requirements which have not got converted, and push those data to our call center to ensure that the buyer gets the right seller. Second use case, what we did is, we have more than 1,300 sales force. This sales force also use the same cloud telephony. How it has helped us is in 2 things. One is basically helping them with their presentation. So we pulled all the calls which is happening, we pushed this in the AI model, and that AI model gives a score that how was the presentation and what are the areas of improvement, So what that helped us is, one, is the presentation of the sales executive representation, it improved. Second, it helped us improving the efficiency of that particular person. And also we use those data points for training of the sales representative. So these are some of the cloud technologies. Of course, there are a lot of technologies which we are using, but what I would like to, what I wanted to share was how adopting cloud and adopting technology behind it, other than just storage, you can build your business and which will help you to grow. So typically these are the 4 aspects, which cloud has helped us. One is faster time, go to market. Second is, of course, require no upfront capital cost, and good that Amazon already have a program, $83,000. I think everybody should use it, yeah. Reduce operational cost. Of course, it's ease. You don't have to look at hardware, so on and so forth. Amazing, Amazon team. So I really like about Amazon team. I'd like to, just say that as well. When Amazon team had come to me, I was surprised with the 2 objectives, what they spoke with me. One was, they never spoke about their solution at all. They said me, tell me your 3 challenges, 3 problems. And they went backwards, right? 3 problems and we'll solve it. Still didn't spoke about what is the solution they would like to give us. Typically it happens, right? कि आपको पास कोई भी आएगा ना तो आपको बोलेगा, they will say, I'll give you 50% discount. I will give you this. I will give you, good service. You have to give a commitment for 2 years, 3 years. But Amazon didn't do that. Second, Amazon said that we will optimize your cost. I saw a first company who said, will give me more business. Typically people say that, right? They will come and they'll say, we will give me more business. But they said, no, we will optimize your cost, okay? So that is where, reduce operational costs and, you can lower your TCO using cloud business. So thank you very much. That's what I wanted to share. And happy to hear if you have any queries, I will be available here. And this is my email ID, sandeep@redindia.com. And feel free to connect if you need any kind of data, insights, or anything which is related to SMB business. Happy to help. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome, Delhi. And thank you, Sandeep. Wonderful insights. My name is Anuja Agarwal. I'm part of Innovation Programs team. I work as Innovation Program Specialist. Sombir earlier spoke about AWS and what AWS services are. Now, I'm not going to talk about AWS at all. Is that okay? I'm going to talk about Amazon. Is that okay? And I'm going to talk about a slightly different topic, which is very important for every organization, innovation. I joined Amazon about 8 years ago and had the opportunity to work with different Amazon businesses, Amazon Retail, e-commerce, Prime Video, AWS, and have met different kinds of people, different industries. And the common question that gets often asked to us is, how does Amazon innovate? An organization so large, how do you remain agile? How do you remain so relevant? So that's what I'm going to share with you today. What is Amazon's approach towards innovation? So let me ask you this, what comes to your mind when you think about Amazon? The first word that comes to your mind. Shopping. Big e-commerce company, right? Anything else? A to Z, convenience, customer experience, deliveries, supply chain, marketplace, exactly. So we have big e-commerce company delivering business. We have business at scale, large supply chain because we are delivering millions of products in a day, and a good customer experience. How does Amazon do all of it? How do we get it right? It's very difficult to maintain good customer experience when you have business at scale, right? Would you agree? But how does Amazon get it right? And when we talk about, when we want to hear about Amazon's innovation thing, how does Amazon get it? Who best to answer other than Jeff Bezos himself? Founder of Amazon? I'm sure you know. So he said there are 3 things which Amazon focuses on and will always focus on. We will start with customer. Who are these customers? It could be anything. They could be end consumer for Amazon e-commerce, content consumer for Prime Video, book reader for Kindle, or enterprises like yourselves for AWS. We will start with them. What are the problems or challenges that any of these customers are having in their lives? And then we will start working on that. To build a solution to solve for these challenges, we will invent the second step, and then keep inventing, keep refining it, which means be patient. Because if you get these 3 things right, Jeff says that there are high chances your business will succeed. Let me put that into some real life examples from Amazon itself. Would you know from where the journey of Amazon started? Any idea? I think most of you know, right? Online book selling company, right? Why we chose books, why he chose book rather, was because non-perishable item, easy to store, easy to ship. From books to now we have multiple categories, multiple businesses. And when the business was expanding, someone in an interview asked Jeff, what are the 3 things that will change in your business in next 5 years? And you know, he said, great question, but a better question would be, which no one has ever asked me, is that, Jeff, what are the 3 things that will never change in your business? Because I would rather spend my time, energy, resources on these 3 things. And the 3 things which will never change for any of the Amazon business will be price, selection, convenience. You know, there will be never any customer who will say that, by the way, I love Amazon, but I wish they were a little more expensive. Or nobody will ever say, I love Amazon, but I wish they were a little more inconvenient, or they can show me less options. Nobody is ever going to say that, right? Relevant for even AWS. Will you ever say that, I love AWS, but I wish it could be little higher prices? No one is ever going to say that. And what we do is that when we innovate, we focus on these 3 things. And talking about convenience, let me give you one example. You know, Amazon is very, very writing-driven company. We write. We don't use PPTs. It's just for the meetings like these, we use PPTs, but internally, we just write, and write a lot. Trust me. If we have any idea, our leadership team will say, no, sorry, I don't want to hear it. Please write and send it to me. And in like 1 pager, 6 pages, we write a lot of ideas, and then those gets reviewed. Review happens through those docs. So how do we start? We start with writing what customer wants. What are the customer challenges? So talking about convenience, we realized that this is what customer is asking for. Why can't we get products faster? Convenience means fast deliveries, right, in terms of Amazon. And we converted this into our written format. What can we do? What will the end result will look like? Or what should be the end result? And we said, how might we deliver products to customers in 2 days or less? And this is the end result we wanted to achieve. Now we started using technology. We started putting teams together to achieve this end result. And you know what was the outcome? Prime, absolutely. In 2005, we launched Prime, working backwards from that challenge statement, which meant at a subscription cost, we will deliver products faster to the customer. It was $79 in US. I think it is $1499 in India. But you know, this was the end result. But there was a lot of technology, a lot of innovation that happened at the back end. And let me show you some behind the scenes pictures. So this is how Amazon fulfillment centers, warehouses, used to look like. We had bins. So if an order comes, picker will have a list of articles on that order, will move through the aisles, pick up the products, maybe some products in the front aisle, from the back aisle, and then based on his speed of movement, he will go to the packer, give those products, and packer will pack it, send it to the dispatch team. This process used to take a lot of time. How can we make 2 days delivery commitment with that process? So a lot of innovations happened at the back end. We introduced conveyor belts, then auto move for pickers so that we are not dependent on his speed. This was the second generation of fulfillment center. Today we are at the 9th generation of fulfillment center. And with each generation, there was 30% productivity improvement. And you know how it looks like? The 9th generation looks like these. So picker, human being, doesn't have to go to the product, but products are brought to the human being and through these racks, robotic systems. The system also tells us what product to keep where based on what kind of orders are getting, the products are being ordered together. So there are these shelves, and it is random stocking. Our system tells us, we have used our machine learning algorithms to tell us what products to keep where. The robots will bring it to the picker, who will also know where this product is kept because it lights up. And then he will just pick up the product, pack it, and push it on the conveyor belt where it goes to the dispatch team. Now, we didn't use technology for the sake of it. We knew what the end result we wanted, fast delivery. This is a very common problem these days. You know, on a lighter note, I met a friend yesterday. He works in the IT team of a manufacturing company, and he was very stressed. He said, you know, my chairman is reading Gen AI will change the world. And there's a lot of pressure on the team to use Gen AI. Now, team has no idea what they are going to do with Gen AI, but there's a lot of pressure. And everybody in the team is figuring out how do we use Gen AI without thinking what the end result they want. We call it chairman's problem, right? Sometimes because there's a lot of things in the news, there's a lot of technology words in the news, we don't know what do we want to achieve. So coming back to the same thing, that how we think about, as Amazon, we think about solving a problem or using technology is we start with the problem statement, the challenge statement, what do we want to solve for? And while we were working on making these products available to the customers in 2 days, there were launch of devices like MP3 players and those small devices where people carrying thousands of songs in their pocket. And you know, again, a customer problem. They said, if we are carrying thousands of songs in our pocket, why can't we carry books? This was the challenge statement that customer had. And we, again, what do? We write. So we wrote this opportunity statement for us. How might we bring any book anywhere to our customers in less than 60 seconds? Again, put together a lot of teams, technology. What was the end result? Kindle. And when Kindle was launched, it was not the product that we use today, the sleeker version. It was like this, the bulky device, because at that time, designers were more focused on giving readers the best reading quality experience, and as if they are holding a paper book. And you know, when Kindle was launched, it got sold out in less than 6 hours. And we clearly know customers are loving this product. But what was market saying? Market said, Amazon, are you mad? Because you are cannibalizing your own business. You are paper book selling company and you have launched e-reader. But that was the most customer-centric thing to do. That was what customer wanted. If you don't innovate fast enough, there are enough players in the market who will innovate on your behalf. So that's what we did. And now with like all the smartphones are becoming sleeker and also the Kindle has also improved. It's not about only innovation. We keep reinventing, refining, and the Kindle has also refined. We are patient enough to keep refining it. Let me give you another example. This time about selection, very Indian example. We have not tried it anywhere in the world. And this time when Amazon was launched in India, you know, we launched certain categories of products and customers were asking this. Why can't we get Indian local products too online? Again, what we did? We wrote. So we said, this is the opportunity statement. How do we enable our local sellers to sell online? How do we educate them? Because e-commerce was a new thing at that time. And the end result was chai cart. I'm just generalizing the statement here. What do we Indians love? We love talking. And बातें कैसे करेंगे? चाय हो तो घंटा बात कर सकते हैं. Exactly. So that's what we did. We introduced something called chai cart, and there were multiple teams who went to 31 cities in 4 weeks, covering 15,000 kilometers, providing 37,000 cups of tea, and enabling 10,000 sellers. So in 4 weeks, we onboarded 10,000 small sellers to sell online. This was awarded as the gold idea, gold innovative idea in India. So again, when this product was launched, this innovation happened in India. We used technology, of course, because we had to enable our systems to handle those many sellers, those many new sellers, and then forecasting what kind of products will come in, how much time will it take to turn around those products and become available to customers to see. All of that happened, and there was a lot of technology used. But again, it all started with visualizing what the end result will look like. Not using technology just for the sake of it. In 2017, we saw this problem statement. We hate waiting in queues, right? When we go for shopping, picking up stuff and then waiting for payment to happen. We saw this, and what we did, wrote a problem statement. How might we enable checkout in less than 2 minutes? But team said, this is not big enough. Think big. And then we wrote, how might we eliminate the checkout process altogether? What was the end result? Amazon Go. You know, 99% of the products or services launched in Amazon have used the same innovation mechanism, which is we start with the customer. We write what the problem they are facing. And then we start working backwards from there. And then we launch the product eventually. I have shared some of the examples with you. There are many more, and all the products have used the same mechanism, same innovation approach. It's not only internally that we use the same Amazon approach. We have also worked with our customers, companies, to use the same approach when they have some big idea to work on, and we have partnered with them, we have collaborated, worked on various products, helped them launch multiple products. Here are some of the examples. These are some Indian examples. And we have used the same mechanism. We started with the customer, worked on their big idea, and launched it in the market. How do we do this? Technology behind it. There are 200 plus services, products that AWS has, and all of this is powered by AWS to make this happen. So the last thing that I would like to say is, if you have any big idea that you want to collaborate with us, we have a feedback form on your respective tables. Please do mention about that, and our team will reach out to you. I will be here if you want to discuss further innovation things or anything about Amazon. Happy to answer that. Thank you, everyone.